Ladies and gentlemen, we went live a little while ago, but it kind of didn't seem to work as we wanted to. And those who logged on probably got a blank screen, but we're back. Hey, I just wanted to spend just a little bit of time talking about this special event that we have coming up this coming Friday. Now, we are in the ice cream education and training business. We have a fabulous facility here in St. Louis, Missouri. And we usually do 3-day classes, both in person and live stream classes. But this coming Friday, we are doing one full single day masterclass that is going to be live streamed. We did one of these before, we did them about 3 weeks ago. And the feedback was awesome. Got a lot of people. I got a lot of good information out of that. That was more a production day. So we did basically making all different types of products that you would make in an ice cream shop. This particular Friday, we're talking all about finance and operations. And if there has ever been a time to be more concerned about finance and operations, it's basically right now. So I just wanted to go over the agenda real quick, see if anybody had any questions. Again, we start generally at 9 o'clock Central Time, and we have a session pretty well every hour until we finish at about 5 o'clock on that day. So basically, we start the day off 9 o'clock. Actually, we start at 8:30. I was just looking at the agenda. 8:30. We're going to start the day off with capital outlay, finance, and build outs. So if you're looking to get into the business, whether it be a brick and mortar or a food truck or even a farmer's market, we're going to talk about what it's going to cost you to actually get into that. That's the first session of the day. Kind of if you just stand by for a couple of minutes, I'll kind of tell you how it works. It's pretty cool. The second is food costs. So we're going to talk in the second session on Friday about food cost, outsourcing ingredients, and how to keep your food costs low or lower them. And I think that we've got a real challenge now these days with a lot of pricing going up. The butter index is high, which means mixed costs are a little bit more expensive. So there's a real challenge to be able to keep your products at a respectable level so that you're being very profitable. So we're going to talk about that in the next session. And then in the third one, we're talking about labor cost. A lot of people ask questions about, well, do we lump our food cost and labor cost together? No, you want to keep them separate. And again, challenges these days, people are having a really hard time finding employees, training them correctly, motivating them to kind of stick with them. So that will be the third session on Friday. Again, if you're just joining us, we're just going over the agenda of this masterclass we're going to do live stream on Friday. We break for lunch. Lunch is on your own. You can go down to Subway, do whatever you want for lunch. And then we're back at 1 o'clock. We're talking about HR, human relations, talking about hiring, firing, and motivating employees. So a lot of really good information there. In fact, I wrote a book a couple of years ago. It was an #1 new release on Amazon. And so we're going to be talking about some of those principles after lunch on Friday. Let me tell you, there is a pandemic of employees right now. Ice cream shops want to open. Most food services want to open and are finding it really hard to find employees. That's what we're going to talk about in that session straight after lunch. In the afternoon, then we're also going to be talking about policy and procedure manuals. So if you have a employee manual, policy procedure manual, we're going to talk about how that's written, how they're categorized, how to enforce them. I kind of use the example of playing a game of Monopoly when no one knows the rules. Now, if you're trying to basically run your business and you don't have an effective policy and procedure handbook, then you're done. You're done. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. And then after that session, we're going to talk a little bit about weekly tasks, responsibilities, checklists, and a little bit about the process of systems and accountability. Trying to teach you to teach your employees and your managers, I should say, how to basically make sure that these kids, frontline workers, other supervisors are maintaining or doing the things that you want them to do. So, and then we'd basically at the end of the day do a bit of a wrap up, general question and answer. It's a full day. It's again 8:30 on Friday, this coming Friday. There is a cost to it. So there's a cost is $175 for the day. We just did one, as I said. Following us from Africa, nice. We just did one 3 weeks ago, and it was really successful. We had 33 people in that class, and it was basically a whole bunch of production stuff. And we had a lot of people saying these single days are really good. We would really like the opportunity to have something on finance and operations, particularly during a pretty challenging time in the life of small business. So we'd love to see you there on Friday. Again, $175. If you're a Scoop School community member, which is a group that subscribes to our weekly live streams, it's free for you. It's covered in your subscription. But if you just wanted to join us for the day, $175. Yes, you do get the recordings afterwards. So if you cannot make one session, all of the sessions, we had a few people in our last single day masterclass that couldn't make it. So the recordings are available. Shout out to you, Wilhelm. Where are you joining us from, Wilhelm? The crazy thing is, we have people joining our and following our YouTube channel and a lot of stuff we do all over the world. Senegal, we've got here. It's crazy. In fact, there are so many people. If you're on here and you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I really would recommend you do so, because there's hundreds and hundreds of videos that we have there that's free to watch. I think it'll really help you. So again, that's this coming Friday, Friday the 29th, $175 US if you're joining us from overseas. And again, if you're a Scoop School community member, then that's free for you. I did want to touch on a couple of other things. We typically wind down training in the spring, because most people are up and running during the summertime, and we spend more of our time consulting and kind of talking people through that process. So our last 3-day live stream class, the full 3-day class, is going to be May 23rd. And then our last in-person class, 3-day class in St. Louis here, is on May 16. So we'd love to see you in one of those classes or in the live stream class. And while you're scratching things into your calendar, the North American Pizza and Ice Cream Show, what did I say that for? The North American Ice Cream Association has their annual show in November this year. It's in Fort Worth. Wilhelm's from New York, but currently working out of Switzerland. Wow, very exotic. It's nice to have you on, mate. So anyway, the biggest ice cream and frozen dessert industry event in the country, 7th, 8th, and 9th of November. It's in Fort Worth this year. Great location. We went down there and kind of sussed it out. It's going to be fantastic. Over 100 booths. Really would encourage you to go and do that. So all the information on that you can find at icecreamassociation.org. And then if you have any questions about the live stream class on Friday, you can go to scoopschool.com. Or you can send us an email, info@scoopschool.com. We'd love to hear from you. Again, thanks for joining in. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, or whatever day it is where you're joining us from. And as we always say at the end of every broadcast, keep on scooping, and hopefully we'll see you Friday.